How's it going, guys? My name is Jakefog and welcome back to episode number 110 of my Cricket 19 career mode. And today we've got the deciding test match against the West Indies. It's currently tied at 1 apiece, so hopefully we can get the win today. And well, unfortunately, you may think watching this video, this is a little bit different. This isn't how the videos normally start. Well, if you do follow me on Twitter, by the way, link down in the description at Jakefog, so go follow me. You may or may not know that unfortunately when I was recording this episode, my audio all messed up and basically corrupted, and I had no audio. So I've got the gameplay, so today I'm doing all my commentary in post, so it's a little bit different. I'll be interested to see how it turns out. Feel free to let me know in the comments section down below whether or not you like this style of commentary, and if you do like it, I may do it a little bit more often. But anyway, we're into the game now, and as you can see, we got ourselves off to a decent start. We won the toss, I think, and I put us into bowl, because last match when I put us into bat we didn't do particularly well, and in the first match where we were into bowl first we did a lot better. But hopefully today can be a good day for us. It's weird talking about this kind of stuff, like knowing exactly what has happened, and there is something that you will see in a couple of minutes that I'm really upset by the fact that my audio messed up, because it was so good and it was such a great moment. But you can see there very early on we've already taken our first wicket. Hetmeyer, I believe, has gone, nicked it behind, and Ben Foakes does his little cha-cha slide to his left hand side. You can see there Hetmeyer gone for 18, caught Foakes, bowled by me. So West Indies now 67 for 3 as Purang comes in. I think it was getting towards the end of my second over when I took that wicket, so a pretty decent start. But Hemraj, he's not happy that I got his teammate out, and he's a very nice drive for 4. But then a couple of balls later we've gone straight through him. A fantastic ball. He's just played down the wrong line. He's just crept in between his bat and pad, I think, and it's just taken his off stump out of the ground. And early on we've managed to grab ourselves 2 wickets. Chandrapur Hemraj gone for 26 runs off of 62 balls. And it's a fantastic start. West Indies already down to 76 for 4 as Scott clips it into the leg side, and they're going to take a nice easy 2 there. But yeah, this game was interesting. You see here a really good opportunity, a drop catch. But remember that, because that will come back in just a second and you'll see why. We'll just have a little look at the replay here. Scott, he's taken a risk, he's gone on the back foot, he's tried to cut it between the slips. He has found the gap, but the fielder, he's gone for that one-handed grab, and it would have been a fantastic catch if he'd taken it. So I can't be too upset that he's put it down. And again, he's taking risks. He's Scott, he's going down there. And, this time it dropped shy of the fielder. But I think this is where it starts. And now Scott, he's not got so lucky on the back foot. He's inside edged it, and it's just taken his leg stump out of the ground. And West Indies now 5 down, and they are not going to be happy at all. A nice little ball gone for a short top spinner. Put a little bit more bounce, and then you see their fall of wicket. 102 for 5, just 8 runs for Scott. And Dennis Duncan is out, the left-handed batsman. So we're going to go round the wicket to him. I prefer bowling round the wicket to left-handed batsmen. And you'll see a very similar ball to the one that got, I think it was Hetmeyer, earlier on in this innings. He's gone forward to it, just misread the turn, and that's gone in between bat and pad, and it's taken out his off and middle stump. And well, we are on a hat-trick. I've had a couple of hat-trick balls in this series, but I don't think I've never actually taken a hat-trick. And Chemo Paul, the right-handed batsman, is coming out to bat. And this time round I'm thinking, what should I do? What kind of a ball should I bowl? I've decided, let's go for the short top spinner. He goes back to it, he tries to cut it between the slips, and a fantastic diving one-handed catch from, I think it was Bell Drummond. And we have got ourselves our first ever hat-trick in this series, and what a moment it was. I was so happy. This is why I'm so upset that the commentary's not there, the live commentary, because I was so hyped when I managed to get that. You can see there, Chemo Paul caught Bell Drummond, bowled Jakefog, gone for a golden duck. We'll just have a little look at the replay here. can see he's gone on the back foot, gone for the cut shot. The keeper's just not interested. He's just stood behind the stumps like nothing's going on. And Belgium dives to his right-hand side, sticks out that right hand and takes the catch one-handed. But now, can we get a fourth? No, we can't. It was close though, very close to finding the edge there. Just played ever so slightly down the wrong line. But unfortunately, no bat. The ball was not met by any bat. But now Puran is still in. That's a nice little drive, and I think it goes all the way for 4. Just trying to, West Indies just trying to get a little bit more out of this game. And I'm not sure why I've shown that ball. I think I do know why I've shown that ball actually. I think that is because that is the final ball of my spell. You can see here I get taken off, and after being in a very precarious position, the West Indies went on and I think they scored about 222, which considering we had them at 102 for 7 was a very, very nice little fight back. You see I'm coming out to bat here. First ball, drive it to the offside, and it's just a dot ball, but then with my second ball, I clip it off my legs. And we managed to score our first runs of the game, get ourselves off the mark. We had a pretty slow start here. Obviously, I've not been showing all the dot balls. But yeah, we had a fairly slow start, and it was a few balls before we started to get some runs. But then this over, I mean, I'm not really sure what happened this over. It was just a mixture of poor bowling and poor field placement. You see there, a very, very nice little shot, kind of through where mid-on would be. But he has no mid-on. We've timed it to absolute perfection. And we've managed to get the ball all the way through for 4. He puts a mid on him, but then leaves another big gap on the leg side. Bowls it a little bit too straight. And we managed to flick it off our legs once again, and that is going to go all the way for 4. So after having a fairly slow start, I think it was, I mean, I say slow start, I think I had like 1 run off about 5 balls. We've now moved on to 11 off of 8 balls, and now I'm just throwing in a few defensive shots in here, just to show you that I do actually play defensive. But then he bowls it just a little bit too far outside my off stump, and we get good connection with it. And it goes away for 4, and then a very similar shot to how we got our 2 fours earlier on in the innings. A big gap over on that leg side. Timed it very, very nicely. And it goes away for 4, and then here, I mean, not much really needs to be said there. I just had a lapse in concentration. I saw that the ball was a little bit full. I think he'd taken a little bit of pace off it. I just went through the shot way too early. And I've just spooned it straight up in the air to the man at mid-off. He's not had to move much. He's been able to get himself very nicely settled, and it's an easy catch for him in the end. We send in Sam Curran as the next batsman. Hopefully the boys can continue on what they've been doing, and we end up finishing on a fairly decent score. I think 470 something was the score that we had. So West Indies a good 250-ish runs behind going into this second innings. You see there, they're on 39 for 1, trail by 214. So we've managed to get ourselves into a very, very, very good position. Hopefully we don't have to have another go with the bat, but obviously I already know whether or not we do have to have another go. Oh, it's weird to say that, but you can see Hemraj gets himself a 4 nice and early on into my bowling spell, and spoiler alert, unfortunately this bowling spell, it wasn't quite as good. Wasn't quite as good as my bowling in the first innings, but I mean it's quite hard to match a 5-wicket haul with a hat-trick included in a test match, in a deciding test match. You can see there Webster gets very, very lucky with that inside edge. I'm not sure how the ball's managed to pick up that much pace on it. The fielder does get round to it and saves 4, but unfortunately the West Indies still managed to run free from it, and we did actually get taken off. Very little happened, and West Indies managed to get themselves to 170 for 3. A very, very nice score for them, but obviously they still trail by 88 runs, and yeah, they've got a long way to go if they're going to want to get themselves back into this game. And Puran played that very, very late, a little cut shot. There's not as many slips in, so it's less of a risk. And I think this is the one where they decide that they want to run, decide they don't want to run, decide they want to run, and finally decide on the fact that they don't want to run and take the third. Had they not gone and not gone and then gone and not gone, they probably would have managed to get it. But Puran, he's sick of me. He just wants West Indies to get a decent score on the board. Him and Webster forming a very, very nice partnership here, by the way, 41 and 78 runs respectively. We can see there Puran, he goes for the same shot again, or very similar shot, gets a really, really thick edge on it. and the man in close just manages to get round to it and takes a relatively tough catch. To be fair, you'll see he had a little bit of ground to make up. You say he dived in very, very late and managed to take it with one hand just before it hit the floor. And Nicholas Pooran is gone for 41 runs off of 58 balls. The West Indies now 199 for 4, as now Webster is going after me. It's a big shot over mid-off, away for 4, pitched up just a little bit too full. I didn't learn from my mistakes, and he did it again. Just a few balls later in the next over, slapped me straight back over my head. And after this one, I did put a man out there. You'll see with this shot right now, he goes for it again, and he would have got it, but fortunately there is a man there. He tries to stop it, but fails miserably. But West Indies just come through for a single, and I believe we do get taken off there. A few more wickets fall for the West Indies. They're currently 7 down. They lead by 29, so we are going to have another bat. And still, they're still taking a risk with them, all them slips in. But this second spell that I bowled, it didn't go too well. We've obviously reverted back to the older field with no men out deep, because now obviously West Indies don't have very many wickets left, and it's the tail enders. And after a poor little spell, I do actually decide I'll take myself off, give another bowler who's not had much of a chance to get some wickets, bring on Garton, and he grabs himself a wicket, and we do not have to go out there into the middle again, as we knock off the 80 runs needed with just one wicket falling. And yours truly is indeed player of the match. But yeah, so we do manage to go on and we win the series. You can see here we caught the eye for the England Tour of India ODI series. So obviously we are going to accept that. And I think, we also been selected for the 2020 series. Do we get captaincy? Unfortunately, we have not got captaincy for those games. Sorry, I can't speak. Just having a little look at the schedule here. You can see we've got Australia. I think it's 2020. Is it all 2020? Maybe some one days in there. And then Pakistan in a test series. So I probably won't bother with my Caribbean Premier League or Caribbean Cricket. I'm not sure I think it's Caribbean Premier League in real life. You see the India Tour or the India matches are over in October. So I won't bother with the Caribbean Premier League, and we'll come back for the international matches. But that is the end of today's episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, please do be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll catch you in the next episode.